In this video, I'm going to discuss two of the most common reasons why people experience heel pain when they stretch their hamstrings. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Maryke. I'm one of the physiotherapists from sportsinjuryphysio.com, where you can get online physiotherapy assessment as well as treatment for your injuries. Have a look at the description of this video if you want a link to our website. Now, there are typically two areas around the heel that you can feel pain when you stretch your hamstrings. The first is right at the back of the heel where the Achilles tendon attaches, and the second is underneath the heel. So let's look at each of those in turn. Now, the most common reason why you would get pain at the back of your heel where the Achilles tendon attaches when you stretch your hamstrings is if you are also pulling your foot back while you're doing the stretch, or you're doing some form of a stretch like a downward dog where the heel is bent back, or you've got a band around your foot and pulling on that. And it will usually happen if your Achilles tendon is actually also not happy with life and injured, or the bursa in that area. So let's look at why that is. The Achilles tendon attaches into your heel, and there's a little bursa, which is a fluid-filled sac behind that. Now, whenever we bend our foot back, so into dorsiflexion, that part of the Achilles tendon compresses against the bone and it also squishes the bursa. Now, that is normal, and that's actually why the bursa is there, to protect the tendon from the bone. But sometimes, if you've done excessive stretching or worn shoes that it's not happy with, the bursa and the tendon can get irritated and you can get a tendonitis or a bursitis. And if you then stretch the ankle into that position, it can cause that to really hurt. So that is the first reason why you will get pain, and that will be at the back of the heel. So how can you fix heel bursitis or Achilles tendonitis? Well, we've got videos from Treat My Achilles for those, and I'll put links to that in the description of this video. Now, if your pain that you're feeling when you stretch your hamstrings is more underneath the heel, and especially if it feels more like a tingling or funny sensation, that may actually be coming from your sciatic nerve. So if we think of our nervous system, everything is connected. So it starts with the brain, then the spinal cord, and then you've got your sciatic nerve that runs from the nerves in the lower back through your glutes, down the back of your legs, and into your feet. So whenever we bend forwards and we have our legs straight and we flex the foot, we really stretch the whole nervous system. Now, normally that's not an issue. If it's free to slide, it just slides. It has a lot of slack and no issue. But if somewhere along this chain, your sciatic nerve is not 100% free to slide, or perhaps it's irritated because of something else you've done, then if you go into that stretch position of a leg straight, hip bent, and the foot pulled back, that can really irritate the sciatic nerve further. And that's one of the most common reasons why you will feel pain right under your foot when you're stretching in those positions. How do you fix it? Well, you've got to figure out what's actually holding onto your sciatic nerve and why it's getting irritated. If it is an old injury and your nerve just now isn't quite as free to move, you may not be able to do much about it. It just means ease off that stretch and stretch your hamstrings without bending your foot back. So keep your foot relaxed into plantar flexion when you do it rather. If it's a new thing and you've not really had an injury to your back or anything in the past, then I would say have it looked at by a physiotherapist, because they will be able to assess where in the chain this is happening, what's going on, and give you advice that's specific for your case. Excellent. Hope you found that useful. And remember, if you need more help with an injury, you're welcome to consult one of the team via video call. The link to our website is in the description of this video. Take care.